Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue on looking at our unit on statistics here and see what we can come up with. This week, we're going to look at interpreting graphs. And one of the graphs I want to look at is a bar graph. When we look at a bar graph, one of the things that comes up is they can ask questions about this bar graph that we need to be able to interpret it and look at it and see what's going on. Now, one of the big things here is being careful and making certain you read the question carefully. It says, uh, about what percent of students who plan to work full time. So they're not wanting everything here that's on this graph. They only want to look at the ones who plan to work. Well, these are the ones that plan to work right here, okay? And these are the ones that plan to work full time. So let's see here. This is 65, and this one here we're going to say is 40. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 65 and divide that by the total number of people who plan to work. That'd be 65 plus 40, that's 105. And so my percentage here would just be taking 65 divided by 105. Okay? What about the students who plan to take class? What percentage of all students, see, all students, plan to take classes? Well, there's some classes right there. And we're going to say that this one is at 25. And this one is at 12, and this one is at 18. I'm guessing because I really can't tell for sure where they are. But you would take 25 divided by the sum of all those numbers. Okay? Let's see here. I did this on the next page. And they said 13, not 12. Okay? I can live with that. But you can see they're just adding up all those numbers. They got 162. So 25 divided by 162, or at 15%. Cool. Well, that's interesting how they do that, how they're interpreting that bar graph. How about line graphs? Can we do the same sort of thing with line graphs? I think we probably can. It says, when did the number of units decrease the most? Well, if I'm looking at this, am I looking at the lowest number here? Not necessarily. I'm looking at where it went down the most. Okay, so I'm looking for the steepest slope down, and I'm thinking that's between 6 and 7. Okay, when did the units increase the most? Well, I'm looking for the steepest slope going up, and that's going to be between 3 and 4. And what is the smallest week-to-week change? Well, that would be where it's the flattest, and I think that's between 5 and 6. Okay? That's the way I think you have to interpret graphs in that situation. Okay? Well, that was simple. Wasn't really a long lesson at all. I will look forward to seeing you next time.